So the point of making prints is typically to create editions, so you can have multiples. In today's culture, it's hard to believe that there ever was a time when making copies of printed material in art was a scarcity and was very valuable. Today we throw most things away that are printed. We have ways of making copies and prints that are very expeditious in comparison to like handmade. The point of a monotype is to create something that you're getting one print of, sometimes two. You'll get a ghost print. This is a beautiful print by a Fort Wayne artist, Fort Wayne, Indiana, named Dave Krause, and he will run typically a print and maybe a ghost print, and these are original. So no, if you bought this, no one else is going to have a copy like that. That is made with plexiglass. It's called Mylar Monotype. And so what happens is you come up with an image. So here's an example of an image that I potentially could use, and you lay the Mylar over top of it, and you trace out your drawing. Here in this case this is a photograph, but you trace out the drawing, and then you're going to want to write on it, this is the side that you ink this. So what you're going to want to do is write the word back, so that you remember that when you're inking it, you flip it over and you're going to ink the back side of this. This is the Mylar sheet. This is the front side where they did the Sharpie drawing, so you turn to the back. The Mylar drawing has a Sharpie drawing on the front, and it says front, so we want to make sure we flip it to the back. You start with the lightest color. So I'll take this piece of film and I'm going to ink up this with yellow ink, and then I'll run my first color and I'll get something like this. It's not real clear what this is. When you look at the drawing, you may feel a little disappointment because this seems clear. But this technique is about using tonal values and shading. It's not about using lines. So it's all about how well you can do gradient form. So as we layer colors, it becomes more distinct. So we're layering and getting gradient tone, and we go from yellow to orange to red to other colors. And it's going to be about your ability to wipe away areas of the plate and leave areas exposed and leave the tone. And there's lots of different, you can use all kinds of different colors to create that. So it'll be your ability to create gradient tone to build that form. So gradient tone, and then figuring out how much blue do I leave. If I ink up my plate with blue and I wipe away very little, I could actually lose almost the entire picture. So as I get darker, a lot of times I'm wiping away more ink to allow more of that yellow and orange and red, other colors show. And we get a beautiful print. This is by Liz Poe. This is one of my students from one of my first years of teaching, almost 30 years ago. And you can see gradient tone. So she's getting nice light and dark tones here. Here's one of my prints, and this is actually a ghost print. So this is actually a very light print in comparison to the first print, but you can actually get that gradient tone, and it'll be more like pastel colors. They'll just be soft. Good. Put it on the drying rack. Super exciting technique. Probably my secondary program is one of the few schools to do Mylar monotype printmaking. You're going to enjoy this technique, and again, it's very special, the idea of a monotype being more of a one-of-a-kind. So it's almost like creating a painting, but it's a printmaking technique. And instead of it being about line, how well you can use line to convey or clarify an idea, it's going to be about your ability to understand light source, a light coming in and hitting a form, get those highlights, and you move into those dark tones. Special thanks to Robert Davis from Moorhead, who taught me how to do it, who was my colleague at the time.